Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making Buckeyes, also known as peanut butter balls. If you've never had these or you're not familiar with them, they're super popular here in the South, and they happen to be my favorite. My grandmama Adams used to make these for me when I was a little girl, and I could never get enough. I'm starting with 1.5 cups of peanut butter. You can use creamy, you can use crunchy, whatever your preference is. But one thing I will say, don't use all natural peanut butter. The fresh ones that you can have made at the grocery store, those are going to separate on you. You need a good old Jif for this. Hey, choosy mothers still choose Jif, or whatever it is that you like. Just make sure that it is the kind of peanut butter that is in a container like this one. Now, like I said, I've already measured out my peanut butter, and to this I'm adding a whole stick of butter. This is salted butter. I just happen to like salted butter. Hang on to this. We're going to use this to prepare our pan. And I'm using salted butter simply because it saved me a step. If you're not using salted butter, then add about 1/2 teaspoon to this. Now, I am going to go ahead and mix this up until the butter and the peanut butter is well blended. Now, I'm also adding some vanilla. A teaspoon is going right in, and I'm not going to worry about mixing that till after I add some of the sugar. It's already smelling so good. Now I've already measured out 3.5 cups of confectioner sugar, and I'm going to add this a little bit at the time just so I don't make a huge mess. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. I'm going to mix this up after each addition. And there goes the last of my sugar. There we go. Now I am just going to stir this a little bit well, I didn't make a mess with the powdered sugar, but there I go making a mess with that. Good thing my counter's clean. Now see how stiff this got? This is exactly what you want. Perfect. Now, let me just give this a taste just to make sure that I don't need a little more salt. That is perfect for me. Perfect amount of sweetness, little bit of saltiness, so good. Now, I have got just a cookie sheet, and see if I can set this up. I'm going to take the butter wrapper that I saved, and I'm just going to wipe my parchment paper. You can also use wax paper. It doesn't matter, or you can use no paper at all. I just like the part about less cleanup. I'm all in on less cleanup. Now, I have got a tablespoon, and I'm going to scoop out a tablespoon of the peanut butter mixture. You can also use just a regular spoon or one of those melon ballers or even a cookie scooper. And there we go. This is the perfect size for me. As a matter of fact, you can even make them smaller by using a teaspoon, but to me, the tablespoon is the perfect amount. I'm going to make as many as will fit on this cookie sheet. There we go. I used all of my peanut butter mixture, and this made 42 tablespoons. Rounded about. Like I said, you can make them smaller if you like, but this size is perfect for us. Now, I am going to put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. You can definitely leave it in the refrigerator longer, up to several hours if you'd like, but you definitely need to keep them in there for at least 30 minutes because these will fall apart if we dip them in chocolate right now. So we want them to get nice and a little hardened. That way it makes our job a lot easier when we're dipping these. I'll see you back here in a few. I've got my peanut butter balls chilling in the fridge and they're just about ready to come out. So I want to go ahead and get my dipping chocolate ready to go. This is a chocolate candy coating. This is different than just your chocolate chips. I prefer it when I am making candy. I feel like it's a lot easier to work with. It sets up faster. It just works a lot better, in my opinion, than melting chocolate chips. Now, I'm not going to use all of this right away. I never know how much chocolate I am going to use. Like I said, this is a full package, and you can break it off. It's cut in pieces, and I'm going to start with 6. I can always add more if I need it, but if I don't, then I'll just put that back in my refrigerator. I like to keep it in the fridge and use it for my next batch candy. This is going into a microwave safe bowl. I'm going to melt this in my microwave at 1-minute intervals. And after each minute, I'm going to give it a little stir, take it out when it's completely melted. This looks perfect, and it only took 2 minutes. I really like that. You just never know. That's why it's always good to check it after each minute. Now, as you can see, I have my peanut butter balls, and I have some toothpicks, and I also have a skewer. I'm going to try my skewer first, and what I'm going to do is just insert my skewer into my peanut butter ball, just kind of twisting it all around, and there we go. Now I like to fill that hole, so I just take my finger and just touch it. I just don't like the hole in there, so you know what? I'm using the wrong end of the skewer. I might make a smaller hole if I use the right end. So let's try this again. Perfect. Now I'm getting to the bottom of my chocolate, and it's starting to get just a little harder, and I have this many to go. So I'm going to melt 2 more squares, and I think that that's going to be perfect to finish these off with. Last one, and I messed this one up just a little bit, so that will be my taste tester right there. Now I have a little bit of chocolate left over. I know this isn't traditional, but I can't let this go to waste. Just gonna drizzle a little bit on the top of a few of these, just a few. Now, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. I'm gonna let these sit for a few minutes. Some of them, look, have already hardened up. That's why I love this candy coating. You just can't beat it for this type of stuff. But since I drizzled the extra chocolate on them, I need to let them sit for a minute or two, and I'll show you how I'm gonna plate these up. These look amazing. These will keep in an airtight container for 2 to 3 weeks, yes. Or you can freeze them or put them in the refrigerator and they'll last even longer. Now, I'm going to show you how I plate a few of these up. Since these are Buckeyes and they actually do fall from trees, I like to get a wooden platter. I just love the natural look of these. And I've got just a little pick just to make it pretty. And since it is winter, I am going to let it snow. Put a little powdered sugar on my tray. I just think that looks so pretty, and this is perfect for a little get together. Now, your honey out there, just gonna put a few of these on my platter. Oh, don't these look beautiful? Now, look at these. Now, let me find that one that I messed up. Maybe or maybe not on purpose. And you know, I cannot end this without having a taste test. Y'all, this is so good. And the moment I tasted it, it reminded me of all those many times that my grandmother made these for me. I hope that you'll make these for someone that you love. This is a great starter recipe, by the way, for children. No real cooking involved. Just monitor the melting of the chocolate and they will have a blast putting these together. You're a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching today. Will you press the like button and share this video with your friends? And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my Kathy's Southern Kitchen page on Facebook and YouTube. Well, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my Buckeye and get the rest of these packaged up and share the love. I'll see you next time.